Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today, I'm going to be answering the question, does becoming a father change your personal style? I'm going to talk about 3 things that changed for me. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments what you think about this, how it's changed for you. And there are 2 things to start with that I'm going to say really have changed since I've become a father. And one, I've lost a lot of personal time. And number 2, I've lost a lot of personal space. It used to be that if I wanted to go to the barber, if I wanted to go across town and work with a particular tailor, if I wanted to take a day trip and go to a particular store, I had more time for myself. Now I've got responsibilities. I have 3 young kids, another one on the way. There are places I need to be. I need to be able to support my wife. And that personal time, it used to be there were 2 partners, and my wife and I, we each had our personal time. That has really fallen. I mean, to be perfectly honest, her personal time has fallen a lot more than mine, but it is something that as a father, you're going to have to expect. There are requirements that you have to attend to be a good father. Now, let's talk about personal space. Now, I've tried it. I've got chests. I've got places where my kids are not supposed to go. I have, my own drawers. I don't even find, there's nothing interesting in their sock drawers. Yet, my youngest daughters, I remember one time I found them in my closet and they had taken everything out. They would make this huge pile. They were playing with stuffed animals in there. I mean, let's just face it, guys. If you are a father, you are going to lose a lot of your personal space. My younger son, he liked to play with my cufflinks, and I just found out the other day he's using my deodorant. I mean, he hasn't even gone through puberty yet. He just thinks it's fun to put on dad's deodorant. You are going to lose some personal space. But let's talk about the 3 things that I think are really good as a father, as a young father, as an older father, that you need to pay attention to, and that it really changes your perception. Number 1, when I dress sharp now, I realize I'm dressing sharp for my family. I represent my family. I am the namesake of my family. My entire family has my last name. And I've got to think that, whenever I go out and I meet with my son's teacher, whenever I go out there and I talk with a friend of my wife, whenever I'm just meeting people for the first time here in our small town, I represent my family, and that's either good or bad. They have a favorable impression, they either have no impression, or they have a negative impression. But usually people form one or the other of the favorable or negative. And I'd like to believe that I am setting a high bar so that when they meet my son, when they meet my daughter, and they're well behaved, they say, oh, well, that makes sense because his father is like that. Or if my daughter does something which is not so good, they think, well, I should probably speak to her father because that seems out of character because of the type of family they come from. Not fair, I know. And we shouldn't be judged based off of what happens with others. But the association of our family and who you are as a man will carry over to your children. So let's talk about point number 2. You're setting the example. So my kids, I would like to think that they listen to me and they do, what I say. Now, to some respect, they do. But what they do is they look at what I do. They look at the time I put in. They look at the way I treat others. They look at the way I dress. They look at the way I present myself. They look at the way I treat their mother. Children follow by example. It's one thing I did learn in the United States Marine Corps is you lead by example. Because you can say one thing, but people look at what you're doing. Kids are no different. So I dress well, not because I want my daughters to wear sports jackets, but I want them to think, my dad presented himself this way. Whenever I meet somebody, I'm going to have that same level of expectation. For my son, I want him to know that it's okay to be the best dressed man in the room, to be a smart, well put together young man, because he's going to have peer pressure. He is going to face things, and I want him to be an individual. So number 3 is my interchangeable wardrobe has become much more important now that I've got kids, because when you own an interchangeable wardrobe, when you build up a wardrobe that you can walk into and basically dress without even having to think about it, all of a sudden it becomes not that big of a deal. Because I find that by wearing dark jackets, guess what? Stains aren't shown very easily. Shirts that are all interchangeable. I can get one dirty in the morning and I can come here to the office and change it out if I'm going to be filming video. So little things like that, having a wardrobe that things can change around. If I don't have time in the morning, my wife and I woke up late, we got to focus on the kids. If I have 10 minutes, because all of my clothing is laid out and pressed, it's very easy for me to get dressed, get out the door, because it's actually easier to dress well than it is to try to find the clothing that doesn't look good, that's usually in the back of the closet. So guys, those are my 3 tips. This is brought to you by Lee Jeans. Lee Jeans, they're the ones that suggested I talk about this. They have been a great premium sponsor. If you haven't gone, go check out their new Modern series. They've got this new Selvage Denim 101s, really great jeans. They're the ones I'm wearing right now. And what I love about this is I can wear these jeans. I'm out working on my house. I can pick up my kids. They get dirty. Guess what? I can throw them right in the wash. And that is something that I really do appreciate about Lee being my premium sponsor. So guys, go check them out, support them. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video, what you think about being a father or maybe a future father. But guys, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.